Greetings, everyone. I am F. Keith Slaughter, Senior Servant of the Beloved Community Church of Atlanta. Our ministry began 5 years ago with a few dedicated souls who were dedicated to serving our people and worshiping our God. We are a small church. However, since we began, we have slowly grown from a mere idea into a thriving, busy, and dynamic presence in the Pittsburgh community of Atlanta, Georgia. The coronavirus pandemic indelibly altered the work of our ministry. The food and resources gap between the poor and others has widened right before our eyes. As the world around us changed, we recognized the need to expand our already established food pantry to include a food sharing component for children and adults in our community. We now serve hot meals, sandwiches, snacks, and beverages 3 days a week and provide emergency food pantry access throughout the week. The times required that we expand our capacity to serve, but we had inadequate facilities needed to do the work. To that end, we recently acquired a historic Pittsburgh landmark formerly known as Little Zion Baptist Church. Our plan is to transition our food pantry and resource brokerage center, including a new day shelter component, into the Little Zion Annex of the Beloved Community Church. We need room to grow, and I need your help to make it happen. The food pantry will give community members and their families access to nutritious food in a clean and healthy environment. The Resource Brokerage Center will connect persons to information and benefits available to them, while the day shelter will create space for showers and personal care, cell phone recharging stations, and other help for our unsheltered sisters and brothers. So here's the ask. I'm asking you to be mindful and prayerful around your possible role in helping us to take care of some good people who need to feel the experience of human love, care, and compassion in the midst of their struggle. After considering the possibilities, I ask that you would share your best gift with us to help us renovate the building, put on a new roof, replace the damaged flooring, and rebuild the handicap ramp to make it a bright, healthy, secure space for healing and restoration to occur. I believe that this is good ground. Won't you help us by investing in making Dr. King's vision of the beloved community a blessed reality? You can help us by cash apping us at $the beloved community. You may also go to my website, Dr.FKeithSlaughter.org, and make a PayPal donation. But however you give, make sure you give to this good and worthy cause.
Y'all know what it is.
I can't sit at the seat of the scornful. Run away, run away, run away. Those wolves in sheep clothing.
Come on.
Run away. Take back what you stole from me. Compensate. They keep lying, man, and I can't relate. Run away, run away, run away.
Mr. Slaughter D called me Trap Pastor. I talk slow, but you know I rap faster. Hard rhymes, I'm as serious as cancer. Recognize you ain't a slave, you a master. Came here on the bottom of the bowl. Can't flow, so I had to backstroke. Coming up on the verses that I wrote. Every day I slang hope, not dough. Black excellence, down with the team. Malcolm X's nightmare, Martin Luther's dream. Fight the power, can you feel what I mean? Like Rock Kim said, I'm a microphone game. Came south on a special invitation. Share a word on the current situation.
Up in here, man.
Gonna lay no more hesitation.
All you bitches don't take your preparation.
Sucker.
Big head.
Y'all know what it is.
See, I can't feel it, man. 'Cause I can't.
Can't sit the seat of the scornful. Run away,
I would've broke that thing all the way down.
Those wolves of sheep clothes.
Come on.
Run away.
For real, cause you know how I do.
Take back what you stole from me.
Oh,
They keep lying, man, and I can't relate. Run away, run away, run away.
Yeah, so you think you can run away from
what's
reality?
going on, man?
You think you can run away from the problem?
Hey, man, I can't
You
figure
think
it
you can
out,
find
man.
yourself someplace else to go where there's no God?
Hey, man, I don't know where that is, man.
Hey, man,
What up?
wherever you go, God
up,
is already
though?
there waiting on you.
I'm an old dude, and I say man a lot, man.
And if you gotta run, tie your shoes.
Tie your shoes so you don't be tripping. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you're gonna be tripping. You know what I'm saying? You tripping, I'm dripping. Sucker! What? What, y'all gonna make a show with me today? What we gonna do? The deal is. Hey, man. Hey. For real, though. Welcome to another episode of The Situation with your brother, Dr.FKeith Slaughter, Trap Pastor, multitasker, the machine. You know what I'm talking about? Always getting it, making it move, do what it do. Kicking off from the intersection of the trap and the track, trafficking in truth telling. It's the dopest show you never heard of, so tell somebody. Holler at your people, your people's people. Tell them to go to trappastor.com, scroll to the bottom of the page, and choose a platform by which they can view this show. You know what I mean? I keep on thinking about what is our, what demographic am I even shooting for? Man, I'm trying to get at everybody, man. Old people, young people, you know what I'm saying? Black people, especially, particularly, and with all due respect, particularly during African American History Month, Black History Month, Indigenous Peoples Month, Freedmen's Remembrance Month. Man, you know what? Yeah! This is Good News Thursday, and I'm gonna be bringing you some good news, but this is something that just got emblazoned on my consciousness a few hours ago, and it hasn't left. I woke up, in the middle of the night, because when you're an old dude of a certain age, you will wake up several times during the night. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, for real. You know what I'm saying? Prostate Chronicles. But that's a whole nother show. I need to get Ayanta up in here to talk about prostate. But anyway, I don't know why she like talking about prostate. But so I get up and I look at some on the phone, because I got to admit, I'm suffering from the addiction just like everybody else. They got me locked in and hooked, and I be just checking shit just cause I got it. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing you said 5 minutes ago. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, did anybody listen to me? Did anybody hear me? Yeah. No. Anyway. And now everybody's a star, but that's a whole nother show too. Okay. So I'm looking at this piece that's out there on social media, but it's actually came from a Fox News show where this black woman, this sister, man, she's like a real
interestingly beautiful kind of looking sister. If you like just flipping through the channels and you don't even fool with Fox News, if you come across her, you're gonna stop for a second just to see what she's saying. Okay. So she talking to the dude, right? This sister, beautiful black woman, right? But she's a commentator on Fox, right? She's an anchor on Fox. She got a show, she do the news, or whatever they call that they do on Fox. All right. So she's interviewing the president of Spotify. Spotify is an app where you can listen to music and podcasts and other kinds of media. And it's been in the spotlight lately because this white dude named Joe Rogan, who got millions of people who look at his podcast when y'all could be looking at this. You looking at Joe Rogan call you niggas. And so Joe Rogan has come under fire, first of all, because he spoke what is called anti-vax talk. Right, he's against the vaccine. Right, and so that's what brought him under spotlight and scrutiny. And once they began to focus on the content that he has been delivering daily for almost the last decade, they compiled, ladies and gentlemen, they compiled a montage, an audio-visual montage of the multiplicity of times that he has said nigga in public. They ain't even got the ones where he said off camera. And that's cool, you know. So that ain't the problem, though. So the sister who interviewing him, who I told you, this sister looked like Nefertiti, you know. I mean, just beautiful. So, and I can't think of a name, and I don't know what the thing is. But, so she says so the dude, the president of Spotify, is saying and trying to act like he confused, saying, well, I don't know what we'll be able to do because if everyone who said the N-word was censored, then there would be no one who could perform at the Super Bowl. White boy said. And so, I take that from a corporate white boy, racist ass piece of shit, you know. I take that from him being who he is, saying something like that. I get it.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
But this sister who looking like Nefertiti, man. Looking like she was like dug out of Ethiopian earth and shapen by God's self. I mean, radiantly beautiful sister. And she says, yeah, and I don't know what I'm gonna tell my biracial kids. I'm through. Y'all, we ain't gonna make it. I gotta report to you. We ain't gonna make it. Oh, we ain't gonna make it. Cause we crazy. They got us. It's gonna take a revolution. Psychological revolution. I'm talking about deep boulders of self-hatred must be unearthed from our spirits and destroyed. As long as we in love with our enemy, as long as we feeling like slaves, and as long as what we're experiencing on the outside matches what we feeling on the inside, and we already feeling like we ain't nothing, and what's happening on the outside is matching that, everything that we see is telling us we ain't nothing, we of less value, man, it's hard, man. It's gonna be tough, shawty. For any kind of mental health, any kind of mental hygiene to be experienced among our people. Our people crazy as hell, man. For real, for real. And we so crazy, we act like don't nobody else see us being crazy. You think that white folks don't be looking at us kiss their hind part on TV every day? You think they don't detect our willingness to take an obsequious stance, a slavish type second class positioning? You don't think they see us willingly doing, or well, I don't know, we ain't willingly, I don't even think we're willingly doing it. I think that we have been programmed to devalue ourselves and to participate in our continual sense of being devalued, made to feel like we are worth less. And so we accept second class, third class, fourth class treatment. Hell, man, let's be honest. They got us up under dogs. They value the life of dogs over how they value us. And we have accepted and adapted that own understanding of ourselves. It's stuff that we can't even talk about because we get offended with each other, but we know good and damn well we need to address and change. And it's Good News Thursday. And that's the situation. You want to know what the deal is. Well, y'all crazy, boy. I ain't even lying, man. I ain't even lying, man. Man, we be out here tripping. You know what I mean? Athletes, black, I say it every day and I'm going to continue to say it, our best and our brightest, their highest aspiration is to be thought highly of by crackers who run professional athletics and to somehow find themselves enriched because of the sacrifice of their body on the field, in the Coliseum, like barbarians. I did it too. Hell, I played. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a wonderful thing to run into somebody as hard as I could until I pass out. I thought that was dope. White men had us getting in circles and running to each other, running into our friends until we became angry with each other. They did that to us. They did that. And they do that. That's how they do that on the field. That's how they get folks to do what they do. It's always a psychological thing working. That's why they want to continue to be the coach. They don't want black coaches to be the coach. They don't want the black man to be the figurehead of leadership. They don't want that. They don't want the best and the brightest to look up to somebody who is black. That's why they are not going to hire any more than 2 black head coaches. One seemed like he's solid. You know, I love the brother. He roll with the white folks and do what he got to do to stay out the spotlight. He ride under the radar, keep his good job, try to win championships. You know, Tomlinson, you know, I see you, you know, and that's okay. Lovey, on the other hand, you're a little bit different, you know. I don't think Tomlinson's wife ain't white, is she? Mike Tomlinson, the coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, the only other black coach in the league. Anyway, all right, because at any rate, man, they don't. All I'm saying is, my point is, the best and the brightest, the athletes, those who are in, you know, people who have above average kind of sense of intellect, if you will, the ability to engage the academic system with some measure of success. Let me just put it like that. And with the superior mental consciousness faculties that allow the connection of their mathematical mind and their physical bodies to cause them to be able to perform at levels that is higher than the average human. I say it like that. I guess, yeah. So anyway, these supermen, athletes, supermen, superwomen who can do multiple mathematical calculations in their mind and have their body to go along with what they can see in their mind. Because that's really what's happening. That's why black people do better in athletics, because, you know, the melanin and all of that shit work together to make us more sensitive and more powerful and all that. But you ain't supposed to say that either. Because other folks would turn it and twist it and make it mean, oh, it ain't no mental capacity involved, it's only physical. But if the mind wasn't, the mind controls the body, okay? Let's get clear about that, you know. Anyway, what else? What am I talking about? Y'all need to play some music, do something. Somebody tell me to do better. I'm supposed to be doing the news, ain't I? Okay, thank you. All right, and I'm gonna do it, man. I'm just tripping today, man. I got a whole bunch of stuff going on, man. This is Good News Thursday, African American History Month. I'm just trying to do the best I can to keep it together. I feel like Wendy Williams or something. Yeah, I feel like I'm Wendy Williams on TV, just bugging out and tripping. Okay, so good news. Now, I know the man in the box sent me some good news. AC, the crack research team, sent me some good news. So let's go to Africa first. Good news Thursday. So when I read this, I was like, this is, okay. Good news to whom? You got to consider the source. The African condom market. I'm gonna read this what it says right here. Africa condom market size forecast report, industry trends, growth share. Oh Lordy. Yeah, and impact of COVID-19. Anyway, it's just saying that the condom market in Africa is about to grow, and they're projecting that more Africans will be buying condoms. Now, the only people who would think this is good news is people who wish to control population growth on the continent. Sisters and brothers. And we know that the African continent is targeted for population reduction. Do we not? So I don't think that this was qualify as good news. Let's go to the next story. Okay. All right. Wow. Africa's debt situation remains worrying, but there's good news. So it says Chinese State Counselor and Foreign Minister Wang Yi has met with the Angolan Foreign Minister Titi Antonio, and they are looking at promising signs for a continuing global economic recovery. In the year 2022, the African debt situation is worrying because over 20 low-income African countries were in debt distress or at risk of debt distress in the fall of 2021. But the good news is that while overall debt levels have generally risen, action requested by African governments from developmental financial institutions and multilateral lenders has meant that many African countries have been able to support their economies without taking on too much additional private debt. And so, okay, I guess that's the good part. But I wouldn't say this is good news so quickly, because what the rest of the story says is that China is coming in and floating the debt. And whoever float the debt own the land. All right, let's go to the next story. I don't know how good this is. Let me see how good this next one is. Okay, this is a story, and this is a feel-good story. Okay, I'll just tell you the story. There's this white football coach, I would imagine, and Brian Licker gets the byline for the story. This white football coach, I'm imagining, at Harding University High School. Okay, what he did was take in one of his players and invite him into his family to live after he found out that he and his sister were homeless. They were homeless because their mother had passed away and their father had a new family. And for whatever reasons, and I'm just looking at the story, he said his father remarried, had a daughter that was born with cerebral palsy, which made it difficult. Wait a minute, do I need to take that one? Well, probably so. I probably should have took the last one too, but okay. But at any rate, dude, the white football coach saw this talent in this young black boy, let him live with him, and the boy went from not being a good student to being a great student, and they went from being a losing team to being a winning team. And the young man, yeah, there they go. That night he said that's his white daddy. And so that's a good story. That's a feel-good story. But not so fast. Okay, let's just say that this young man, whose name is, Murphy. His last name is Murphy. Something Murphy. Where is it? Where is it? I'm trying to look at this story. I'm trying to find. Because all they got is the white coach name the most. Oh, Brahim Murphy. All right. So watch when Brahim. So he getting ready. He the quarterback, 14 in one season for this high school, right? So he talk about going to West Point. That's where he says he wants to go right now, right? And so let's say he goes out and he, mess around and does great and becomes a football player professionally and makes a whole lot of money. Guess who gonna be trying to get the paper? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's a feel-good story, but at the end of the day, white folks gonna try to get the money. I'm trying to tell you, stop playing. Okay, so that's the stories that I got. That's a couple of stories that I got. I got some more. The man in the box sent me some stories, and I got to figure out how to find them. Here they go. People just think I'm supposed to just do stuff. All right. Oh, this is a story. I think that's a good story. Snoop Dogg is buying Death Row Records. Yeah, it's in the hands now of a private equity firm. But it looks like Snoop Dogg is going to be able to buy Death Row Records. And I guess he ain't scared to do it now because they done gave Suge life. So he ain't scared Suge gonna get him. So now he gonna sit in the chair where Suge sat. That's interesting, man. I think that's good news, though, because it's another black business. At least he won't be allowing, hopefully he won't be allowing some other group to make all the money. And maybe he'll float some back in his community, and that's a good thing. That's a good story. All right, so how do I get out of here and get back? Okay, now, next good story. It says black-owned businesses are doing better than they were before the pandemic. A survey of more than 500 black-owned businesses by Groupon and National Black Chamber of Commerce shows strong support for black businesses, but more needs to be done. The survey polled the black-owned businesses to understand better how consumer shopping habits have changed since last summer's Black Lives Matter and racial equity movements. And according to the survey's findings, consumers are spending more at black-owned businesses. Okay? So that's a beautiful thing. Black people woke up and started spending money with black people. That's good news. That's a wonderful good news story. Okay? All right, and we're going to get you, let me see, one more. Let me see. Okay, this is this 11-year-old boy that is so smart. He won a coding competition. He beat 3,000 people from around the world. His name is Dominic Darby. He's 11 years old from St. Catherine, Jamaica. And he won the X Prize Connect Code Games competition after creating his own video game for the first time. He was one, he was one of only 17 winners out of the 3,000 people who competed in the global competition last year. Wow. So he was named best in class. Hell, but they didn't give him but $1,000. That was the prize. But he used MIT's scratch coding software in creating his winning piece entitled How to Fall, wherein the game character moved through multiple levels while getting away from different obstacles. Young black man, 11 years old, best in class.
Wow.
Connect Code Games. That's a beautiful thing. That's a dope story. All right, it made me want to see if I can find one more. I ought to quit while I'm ahead, huh? I should quit while I'm ahead, huh? Yeah, I'm just gonna stop. Too much good news, man. It's too much. Man, I'm glad y'all rolling with me, man. When I come back on the other side, I got special guests in the studio. We gonna chop it up and stuff. And I got other people we gotta talk to. And I gotta make about 3 or 4 phone calls right quick, you know what I'm saying? To make this thing roll like it's rolling. What we are anticipating is tomorrow's open house for the Little Zion Annex of the Beloved Community Church of Atlanta. It's a day shelter. That's where we're moving our food pantry to. It's a resource center, a place for personal care and a place for renewal, for our sisters and brothers who are unsheltered in the Pittsburgh community. It's the least we could do. You know what I'm saying? So we are creating a space and have created a space where people can come and rest, get a shower, get something to eat, get some more clothes. You know what I'm saying? Get themselves together, get on the computer, and hell, enter in the damn world coding contest if they want to. You can do it. They got space to do it. Okay? That's what we've created, and we're opening it up tomorrow, at least the grand opening, or the open house. The grand opening is going to be at a later date, because hell, we still got to raise some more money to buy some more stuff to make it do what it need to do. And that's why I got these wrinkles in my forehead, and that's why I'm bugging, and I got so much stuff that's running through my brain, and it's gonna make me just chill back and be cool. Tell your people, man, that we on. Get ready for my dear brother coming up in a moment. You know what I'm talking about? You don't want to miss the prophet. You don't want to miss it. So stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. This is The Situation. I'm your brother. I'll be black in a minute with more. That's some Somalia right there. So. Oh man, I don't know why everything's so low today, man. Got me thrown off, man.
Whatever you do, don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.
We're open. Yes, we're open.
We are open, and Sandtown Pub is ready to serve you. We're taking precautions, wearing masks, wearing gloves, sanitizing, and practicing social distancing. We've even partnered with local leaders to hand out free masks. So stop by and enjoy our outdoor patio, dine in, call ahead for pickup, get Uber Eats and DoorDash delivery, or order online at www.sandtownpub.com.
Peace family, it's your girl Shelly Set with Sun Goddess Scents, your one-stop natural shop. We are located at 4140 Jonesboro Road, booth 225, inside the Forest Park International Discount Mall in Forest Park, Georgia. Come check us out. You can get your health and beauty items, aromatherapy, skincare, Pan-African apparel, and more. You can reach us at 404-434-7963 or sungoddess_scents on IG, or sungoddess.scents on IG, or Sun Goddess Scents like page on Facebook. Peace.
Hi, I'm Broderick Gooch.
And I'm Tian Gooch.
And we're Gooch's Goodies.
Here at Gooch's Goodies, we specialize in delivering smiles and satisfaction to your home with our high quality food at affordable prices.
Our signature sauces and dishes will guarantee a flavor that your family will love, and that's a Gooch's Goodies guarantee. You can follow us on Facebook,
DoorDash,
and Grubhub. See you soon.
Baby, something about the way that you do it. You make me want to lose all my cool. Can you do it again? Yeah, never knew my back could be like that. Got me ready to risk it all for you. Got me ready to risk it all for you. Got me ready to risk it all for you. Boy, you got me losing on my cool. It's true. I've never been the type that's been afraid to dance. I'm the type to take your hand and pull you out in the middle of the floor. Do some things you can't ignore. You say I'm a whole vibe, like I'm righteous but wretched at the same time.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? What up, though, man? What's good? Welcome back to the show, Slaughter. Situation. Who is that? That's real funky, man. Who is that? Who? That's Somalia. Okay. All right, then. That's dope, Somalia. You should keep on dropping dope. I don't think we play enough Somalian stuff, so when I hear how dope it is, then I ain't jamming Somalia hard enough in the truck. That's what it's got to be. You know, because when I be in the truck, man, I've been needing it. Lately, I just been in the trap space. I've been feeling real, real trappy, and I just been jamming a lot of trap music, a lot of Gunna, a lot of Cootie. I've been bumping Schoolie. Why everybody got an E on the end of their name? But everybody I've been bumping got an E on the end of their name, okay? And so yeah, that's what I've been. I don't know why I'm in that. I mean, I need the heavy bottom right now. I need the heavy bass, you know, and every now and then somebody will say something slick, you know, that I really appreciate, you know. But otherwise, I just be listening at the black, you know, young black men act like young black men act, except they just doing it in public. We always to talk that crazy kind of talk. We just didn't do it in public so other people heard what we were saying. But we were always saying stuff that was foul. And ain't no sense in me lying and acting like I wasn't always a foul Negro. I've been foul for a long time. I grew up learning to be foul from other foul Negroes. You know what I'm saying? And so here I am. You know what I mean? Here we are. Really, we ain't foul. We beautiful. You know what I mean? And speaking of beautiful black man, I got a friend of the situation who is here with us today to continue to help us to enlarge our consciousness, the breadth of our sense of understanding. He's a teacher, he's a prophet, he's a motivator. He's a black man that we love here. And so, ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers, please join me in welcoming my dear brother, Palmetto Star.
Black supremacy.
Yeah. What the deal is, black man? How you doing?
Man, I'm supreme.
I know that's real, man. I'm scared to scoot around on the couch of love. And I'm waiting for my new piece to come in, my new chair to come in. My dear sister Ebony, and what's the name of? I can't think of the name of the company, but she got my chair hostage.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and when I get it, it's a little bit more sturdy, and you know, because I've been putting the pressure down on the couch of love, and this thing got a little weak. You know what I mean? So I don't trust it. That sounds crazy, but I mean, I'm just, anyway, I bought this couch off the side of the road 6 years ago.
Hey, that's the best place to get them, Dad.
I be getting some of my best pieces off the side of the road. So, Brother Palmetto Star, what's been going on, man? Since the last time I saw you, brother.
Man, everything is great. Everything is supreme. Just taking it to another level. I've just initiated the Feed Yourself Challenge.
Okay.
And challenging people to go a year without buying food. Can you eat a year without buying any food? So that's the Feed Yourself Challenge, because a lot of people know that I lived off grid for a while, and I'm still like living on and off grid, which I think is the best situation.
Yeah, you come on when you kick it with us. Otherwise, you go under, right?
Yeah, I'm everywhere. So, you know, and it's good to be, especially a person, you know, that's doing the same thing that I'm doing, to not be pigeonholed to a particular place at time. You know what I'm saying? You know, I look at the leaders from our you know, past, and I study them, and I strive to do greater work. So. Feed Yourself Challenge is basically I'm giving people that have aspirations of living off grid to challenge themselves to feed yourself for a year without buying any food. So that's my whole thing, the feed yourself challenge, hashtag feed yourself challenge. So that's one of the things that we've been doing.
People could cheat with that though. All they had to do is come to the beloved community. Right. I'm breaking you off it, every week.
That's part of the thing. I put a couple stipulations in there that's not, what I'm saying, it's OPP. You can't use other people's, saying other people's food or other people's property to saying that finance your particular food. There's a couple different things that, but there's so many innovative ways to get food. That's why I said, feed yourself for a year without buying any food. So it's an innovative thing. People grow their food, bartering. I'm challenging people to actually think beyond, what they've been given, which is going to Walmart and buy blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Stop funding these companies. And that's another thing that I'm putting it out there too, because we funding all these companies that all they do is sell us essentially stolen goods because it's made with slave labor, it's done with all this stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So stop.
You ain't lying, man. I mean, that's what intellect and collection of knowledge is really all about. It's about perspective, man. And when you let your perspective allow your perspective to shift, and and to come up out of the matrix and say, you know what? They are still in that stuff. They still in everything.
Yes.
And we all need to be locked up for receiving stolen goods. Because that's how they would do it.
Exactly.
You shouldn't have. If you knew we had stolen it, you shouldn't have consumed it.
Right.
I mean,
right, exactly.
I'd be a good cracker, man. If I was a cracker, man, because I'd be down on that cracker, that dirty cracker shit. You know how they be.
I think most black people would. We outdo them in their own thing. You know what I'm saying? We outdo them because we know what's about to happen. We know we do this and we do that. You know who's coming. You know what I'm saying? We do this and we do that. We know exactly the response they're going to have. We know exactly their ways and actions because we've been, in the system for so long, and we know them better than they know themselves. So I think that
exactly
even that, what you said also gets us into an advantageous point as far as with black people. You know what I'm saying? So we are even, we're at an advantageous point even with black people, because we do know the ways of our oppressor and the oppressor class. And that's exactly how they had us, when they first came out to this country, when, Plymouth Rock landed on us, as Brother Malcolm said, they learned our ways and learned our actions. So, they learned our ways and learned our actions. So that put them at an advantageous point. And now I think right now in 2022, where we know the enemy, you know what I'm saying? Even sometimes people know the enemy more than they know themselves. They know exactly what's about to happen when they do this and that. They know exactly what those blue lights mean. You know what I'm saying? They know all that stuff. So we're at an advantageous point right now where even the lay black person can't, you know what I'm saying? They know what's about to happen. They know them. They know what they could do. They know what's up. So, I think that's a good point to be at. You know what I'm saying?
You know what, brother? I made I was preaching last Sunday and I looked at a piece of video. Usually I can't stand to see myself preach or talk, or I can't stand to hear myself speak. I can't watch the show. I hate it. I hate looking at me. It bothers me. I bother myself. But I said, with reference to the bombing of this house, this building in Syria, right? And of course they do it all over the place. But when they showed the picture of them bombing, it was this house was connected to houses on either side, right?
Yeah.
And they was able to just blow that house up. Okay. And I was like, They could just blow this church up and don't touch nothing else on the block. They could just, blow my crib up and don't even touch the people on either side of the.
Yeah.
I'm like, so if they'll do that there, wonder if they do that here or if they've ever done it. And of course, what comes to mind immediately is the Move brothers and sisters that they blew up. But they did that, by dropping with a helicopter right over and just dropped the bomb on them. This here thing they doing now, it's from up out the sky, man. You don't even see it coming. You don't even hear nothing. All you know is the next thing you know is that you no longer exist.
Yeah.
You mixed with the rubber, homie, and that's just it. Your memory.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking, when you say we know what's next, I think the way that you know what's next by seeing what has just occurred.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And when it comes to that, I wonder what you think. I mean, I think it ought to be allowed for us to think out loud about what we think when we see what they allow us to see.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think we ought to be able to extrapolate what their capabilities are based upon what they have done in times past and what they're showing us that they're doing presently. Mm-hmm. And if it's one thing that we ought to be able to agree on, as you refer to them, pink people, as I say, crackers or white folks, and I say crackers because I mean whip crackers.
Yes,
they are cracking the whip on our asses daily, right? And so I'm saying we know that they got the capability to do anything. I mean, literally anything imaginable as it relates to violence. Mm-hmm. And the one thing we got to agree on is that they hate us with a deep and, passionate, almost unexplainable kind of hatred. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. You think they would do what they're doing in Syria here?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. When, because they do not want to let go of the reins of power, which eventually they're going to have to. They're only holding on to it by a thread. So they're trying to take away before they let black people fully grasp that reign of power, they will drop a nuclear bomb on the United States. They will bomb this whole country before they allow us to reign and get the same power that they have that they have taken. Yeah, they would definitely do that.
Wow.
Without a question.
And that's sobering to have to consider that. And I think that's part of what people carry in their spirits that they're not able to say, not able to articulate it, not even able to feel free to think like that.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, the impact of those kinds of thoughts circulating within the person, within the psyche of the person, that still impacts the health of our bodies. It impacts the measure of anxiety that we experience and that we feel. And I think that, again, I think it's also a way when you discuss it and say something about it, that's a way to acknowledge it and kind of exhale a bit.
Yeah.
I won't be surprised if you do this. I understand that you got this capability. And so, I know I need to prepare as best I can. But if that is the measure that is deployed, that is nothing that I can do anyway.
Yeah. Well, let me say this too, because white supremacy, aka what I call pink power terrorism, aka white supremacy, is homicidal and suicidal. We see that through their actions, saying like a stockbroker, they lose their job, all of a sudden they kill their family and jump out of a window. Does pink power terrorism, aka white supremacy, is homicidal and suicidal. So before they will let go of anything, they will kill themselves and everybody around them and attempt to do that. So it is homicidal and suicidal by nature. So that's why that's a good point that you brought up, because that shows us that we know who the enemy is. We know our oppressor class more than a lot of people know themselves. So right now it's time for us to take that stand And like Dr. Neely Fuller says, you know, there will be white sacrifice. They don't have a problem with sacrificing pink people. They don't have a problem with doing that. They sacrifice pink people all the time to get the black people. You know, so for them to sacrifice other pink people in the pursuit of dethroning black people, they will do it in a quick second. They'll blow up their mother just to get a random black guy. You know what I'm saying? just to get at some random black guy, they will destroy their own mother. This is facts. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times that hate that you say that they have, it is definitely real. But hate is an alibi for theft. They use that hatred as an alibi for the worldwide theft they have done. If you really think about it, they talk about CRT, they talk about critical race theory, but they're not scared of critical race theory per se. They're scared of the breadcrumbs that critical race theory will lead you to. Mm-hmm. They are scared will critical race theory will lead you to, because when you think about it, then you start thinking like, okay, you guys are on stolen land. Is it still stolen? Yes. Do you still have our funds? Yes. Mm-hmm. And hold on, why are you even here? And then you start to think about their existence and the fact that they have a recessive gene, and you start to realize that there would be no pink people if they hadn't killed black people, if they haven't segregated black people, if they haven't raped black women. There would be no pink people. So then once you realize that, you start to realize that this is not Billy Bob that you're talking to. This is a walking war crime. Yeah. Each pink person right now is not just, I mean, that's what I'm saying. They talk about good pink allies, and I get it. I understand that, and I feel that. But also you have to understand the nature of why that person is even here, because in a free society, they wouldn't even exist. They're a walking war crime. You know what I'm saying? Pink people procreating with each other should be illegal. You know, that's just how it is.
I mean, hell, again, I'm learning, man, not to try to add nothing. When it's put down correct, I'm learning just to let that stand, just like it is, and just, you know, get up off of that. Let that be that right there. You know what I'm saying? Look here, man. We're in this coronavirus era, and you know, time has kind of switched into overdrive. Mm-hmm. Before you know it, it's gonna be May.
Yes.
And so let's talk about what we got coming up, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up. We're not asking permission to claim a day for our progressive leaders. We are claiming Malcolm X Day right here on May 19th at the Beloved Community Church. The Beloved Community Church is going to be awesome. We're going to have speakers. We're going to have a slam, a poetry slam. We're going to have all sorts of stuff. Free food brought to you by the Colored Only Cafe. We're going to have all that stuff May 19th. So definitely, I've been putting it out on social media. I know Courtney Omega, the president.
We got a flyer yet?
Yes, we do.
Okay, shoot it to me and I'll start bumping it.
Okay, absolutely. Yep. So yeah, we're going to start doing that. Oh, well, I'll talk to you more about that later. Well, we got to definitely, we're going to have a video soon, saying, promoting it and everything like that. So we're definitely May 19th. We're not asking permission to claim a day. This is an international black holiday. So take that day off of work and school. Last year, we had people from all over the country come out to Atlanta and celebrate with us, and we're going to have even more so this year. So it'll be a good place to network, a good place to check people that are on that same wavelength of honoring and revering our progressive leaders such as Malcolm X. So we are going to be claiming his day, and the theme for this year, last year was legacy. The legacy of Malcolm X. But this year, we are going to highlight the modern day Malcolms, the people that are doing this and putting in work in modern times, in real time, right now. So the theme for this year is Modern Day Malcolm, and we're going to have an award, Do It Like Malcolm Awards. So so you guys can nominate somebody for the Do It Malcolm Award at CMXD 519, that's his birthday, May 19th, 519. So cmxd519@gmail.com. That's when we're going to be we're going to be nominating nominating the award for the Do It Like Malcolm Award, because we're bringing it into modern times in the real time and acknowledging people that are the modern day bearers of the torch that Malcolm X left for us.
No doubt, no doubt. Can't wait. May 19th, right here. We're gonna blow the whole community, the whole city, the whole world out, man. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
And always, remembering and celebrating not only the activism, but the intellect, the powerful philosophy, the power of philosophizing that he did, and just a powerful, concentrated legacy. So it's, like Malcolm X, like King, got in a lot of work, man, real quick. As it relates to time, over a short span of time. Say a decade and a half, they had to get it all in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, of course, it's important to remember those also who are trying to do, a fraction of the work or even more work than they were able to put in. And that's what the ancestors want for us, to keep on putting in the work.
Absolutely.
Don't stop putting in the work.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the call. No doubt.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, man.
February 14th, check out Colored Only Courtney on TikTok. She's going to be having a Black Love event on February 14th, which is, everybody knows, this is on Western
Black
Society.
Love Day.
Yeah, Black Love Day.
Yeah.
It's Black Love Day. We taking that day,
Yeah.
making it Black Love, making it all about Black love. So Black Love, February 14th, check out Colored Only Courtney on TikTok to find a location. She is the CEO of the Colored Only Cafe, and she definitely does her thing. So
No
definitely
doubt.
check that out.
No doubt. Matter of fact, where is Courtney Omega?
She's probably if I know her, she's probably on the other side of that screen. I see you, Courtney, watching this.
APB out for Courtney Omega. Shout it, stop playing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers, put your hands together for our dear brother, Palmetto Star. I don't know what we're doing, man, but we coming back and gonna do some more of it. So stay tuned. Don't touch it. Don't leave me. I got abandonment issues. Are they showing? We'll be back in 3, 4, 5 minutes, something like that. I got the queen in the house. Stop playing.
If it makes sense, we have to go and do it,
Yeah, what I man say. Right now. But each and every day I say, oh people now. Yeah, I say,
We're open. Yes, we're open.
We are open, and Sandtown Pub is ready to serve you. We're taking precautions, wearing masks, wearing gloves, sanitizing, and practicing social distancing. We've even partnered with local leaders to hand out free masks. So stop by and enjoy our outdoor patio, dine in, call ahead for pickup, get Uber Eats and DoorDash delivery, or order online at www.sandtownpub.com.
Peace family, it's your girl Shelly Set with Sun Goddess Sense, your one-stop natural shop. We are located at 4140 Jonesboro Road, booth 225, inside the Forest Park International Discount Mall in Forest Park, Georgia. Come check us out. You can get your health and beauty items, aromatherapy, skincare, Pan-African apparel, and more. You can reach us at 404-434-7963 or sungoddess_sense on IG or sungoddess.sense on IG or Sun Goddess Sense like page on Facebook. Peace.
Hi, I'm Broderick Gooch.
And I'm Tian Gooch.
And we're Gooch's Goodies.
Here at Gooch's Goodies, we specialize in delivering smiles and satisfaction to your home with our high-quality food at affordable prices.
Our signature sauces and dishes will guarantee a flavor that your family will love, and that's a Gooch's Goodies guarantee. You can follow us on Facebook,
DoorDash,
and Grubhub. See you soon.
amplified. 'Cause we rock. You can't hold me. You can't tell my story. And we drip. It's all over me. We got to walk the room magically. 'Cause we rock. You can't hold me. You can't tell my story. And we drip. It's all over me. Yeah, I got to work the room magically. Oh.
Right now, you can.
About the calories, good for mental clarity. Shining like you supposed to be. Age to find your energy, infinite possibility. What I'm putting in me, what my first enemy went. I'm not eating right, I'm not thinking right. You say you want your body tight, internal conflict. Like how do I get off of this? Quick in the can fix. I see food stand rich. Live on green ingredients. Remix your experience. The discipline is serious. Killing it, dealing in the age of Aquarius. Disease is not a heritage, the system here is failing us. How do you rush when you healing what you touch? How do you rush when you healing what you touch? How do you rush when you healing what you touch? How do you rush when you healing what you touch? How do you rush? How do you rush? Smooth, baby. I know you need that natural high. Go smooth, baby. Come take this funky electric ride.
I need a sandwich or something. Some 6-piece wings, give me a bag of chips, some fried shit, some fried onion rings, nigga, I'm hungry. You can throw a whole piece of fish in with hot sauce, mad ketchup. I'm in the kitchen, blah, 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 nutrition. I'm on this mission, but I wonder why my belly button itching. I'm a supersize that burger jump, I eat what I want. But I'm backed up and lately it's hard to take a dump. I mean, I like good food, you feel me? I see them lines at South Hostilities. Y'all be living off that for really? I got Wolverine's appetite, but lately my body ain't been acting right. And I'm not rushing into the afterlife. Plus I love sweet, I'm gaining weight too. I gotta eat my fruits or something, I need to do something new. I guess this is the part of the big change in the movie. I know one thing for sure though, I can go hard on this movie.
Baby, I know you need that natural high. Drink your smoothie, baby. Come take this funky electric ride.
Ginger, gluter, algae, turmeric, and chlorophyll. Apples, mangoes, bananas, yeah, you know the deal. Once you drink it all, homeboy, yeah, you know the feel. Waking up with way more energy, you know it's real. Smoothie game, yeah, we be a family. I'm a personal trainer, come get on this meal plan my week. I got deals from the low cop, you see my from your majesty. My queen and my best friend be goddesses. They sell it, can't you see? The star seed, welcome to my galaxy. If your frequency right, you can step into my palace. See your third, I gotta be open, but my flow will take you past the sea. American Beach is where I met Auntie Cherie was camping out. Shout out Tina and X. Shout out spiritual beings, so we don't got to flex. Yeah, I'm live on the islands, but smoothies and chefs. Rich mind, rich spirit, yes, spirit. How about
Drink your smoothie, baby. I know you need that natural high. Drink your smoothie, baby. Come take this funky electric ride.
What up, dog? What the deal is, dog? What you mean, no? What we talking about, though? All right, it sound like Sharice Nicole right there, up under me. She left, but it was cool. While she was there, it was good to see her, to hear her. So, welcome back to the show. As you can see, already my guest is just sitting there. She's just looking over you at me. So, it brings me great pleasure, however, to introduce to you a dear sister who is interested in reparations for our people. And so, of course, she's welcome on the situation. And so, ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers, please join me in welcoming first-time guest on the situation, Queen Everlena Brown.
All right, they charmed.
You like that? That was all right?
That was
Queen
all right.
Everlena.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. That's some good. I knew a lady. I grew up across the street from a lady named Everlena when I was a little boy in Blytheville, Arkansas.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
it's an
saying?
ancestral name.
Yeah, across the rock road. You know what I'm saying? Across 2 ditches and a rock road.
Ah, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm talking about. Y'all don't know nothing about no ditches. Y'all city folks. Y'all don't know nothing about no ditches.
Right.
Do you know anything about a ditch? You look like you ain't never even heard the term ditch before.
When I've been to South Carolina, where my father's people are from, they have ditches there. So.
Okay, so you know what it is then.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people don't know what a ditch is because all they've ever seen is underground drainage. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like the Egyptians had. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but it's still black people having to jump over the ditch.
Mm-hmm.
For the drainage. Ditches are important to me because it's like I locate where I first became very aware and clear about the power of oppression and white supremacy, and I located it in the ditch. The reason I did that is because when I would go on the other side of the railroad track, and they didn't have ditches. And I was like, well, what's the difference between this side of the railroad track and the other side of the railroad track? Well, white people lived on the other side of the railroad track, and they didn't have ditches. Mm-hmm. And we had ditches, and I was like, okay, and so my elementary mind thought, okay, the ditch must be the problem. And so it's got to be something wrong with us because we got ditches.
Okay, yeah. That's still happening.
It is.
Yeah,
they dig in ditches.
Very much still happening. They've even found a way to reverse the system and call it gentrification.
Yeah. They come back. And then they cover up the ditch. The ditch you could never get underground drainage there before, but as soon as white folks move in, the ditches disappear. It's a crazy thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like they can't do nothing about crime before white folks move in,
Right.
Yeah, it's interesting. So, Queen Everlena, I'm glad to be experiencing you in this moment. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to talk to you about some of the work that you're doing, particularly your foundation and the work that you're doing around reparations. Would you share with us?
Yeah. Again, I'm Queen Everlena Brown, the Chum, AKA QEB. So obviously it's the QEB Foundation. Mm-hmm. We have a movement right now called #CafeNow, where we have the fist in the middle. Basically, I'm trying to pick up from where Black Lives Matter left off. We have many organizations that have been created to identify the problem, define the problem, make more people aware of the problem, but we don't have enough organizations, in my opinion, that is focused on the solution. Mm-hmm. Okay, so once we know what the problem is, we can identify it, we're able to document it. You got to have people like me come in and say, okay, I understand. I see everything that's going on. I'm going to focus on the other part, which is implementing the solution. So what I've done was create a for-profit organization called WQEB 973. It's my radio cafe. I started off in journalism. That's my background, is in journalism and mass communications. And I got the wonderful idea during the pandemic that I should put the radio station inside of a cafe structure. Now, what that did to my business plan was multiply our profitability by 10, but it also gave me an opportunity to create a venue where our people can come to assemble. Because another issue is that we have too many subcultures within our community, but they're not, everybody's like in their own corner. We're not being interdependent. So by creating this new structure, I have a venue that I can now, get people together where it's like, look, we're not going to just talk about the problem. We're actually going to solve the problem and implement solutions. I believe the first way to get reparations is for us to repair the Black community ourselves. Be the change that we want to see.
That's interesting. I always think, Queen, that the first thought that comes to my mind, and perhaps we won't agree on this, but hopefully we'll be okay around that. To me, it's so belittling and dehumanizing to have to accept responsibility to repair something that you didn't break. That angers me, particularly when a major portion of what we generate through our work is taxed and used to build up whites and white society. I feel like if you're gonna take my money to build up white folks, take that same money and use it to build us up. Don't ask me to come out with some more work, some more time, some more effort, some more ingenuity, to fix something that you broke, right? I mean, that's just, I guess, the selfish kid in me. Maybe I need to grow up. I don't know.
That is a very common sentiment, and why it's so important for people like me to be in our community, to get us to understand. It's just like, let's go back to BLM. We also hate the fact that they say, oh, what about Black on Black crime? Whenever we talk about holding the police accountable for the brutality that's in our community. What I began to realize when dealing with those people, if we don't also work on decreasing the amount of violence in our community, they're gonna always be able to use that as a talking point to circumvent their responsibility. So when I say the first line of reparations is us repairing the Black community, that does not mean that I'm absolving corporations, okay, because they play a part in reparations,
No doubt.
nor am I absolving the government. What I'm trying to do is, just like they take the money out of the Black community and use our taxes to support white people, we also take the money out of the Black community and support these so-called oppressors. So what we need to do is, when I say us repair the Black community, I'm speaking specifically to buying Black, banking Black, taking that money, hiring Black, building Black, taking that money, and first let us repair our community so that they cannot use that as an excuse to not give us what they owe. If we're already doing it, see, one thing about the government, what I've learned by studying these devils, is that if we get too independent, then that's when they want to come in and start doing stuff. So we can kickstart them putting that money back in our community if we make them feel like we're becoming too independent without them, because that's also a fear of them. In order to regain so-called power, see, this is reverse psychology that I would like for us as a people to play on them. In order for them to regain back power, they're going to start trying to throw us money.
Give us money that belongs to us in the first place.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's what pisses me off about the whole reparations argument from their perspective. Ain't nobody talking about, we talking about redirecting funds that belong to us back to us.
Right.
Don't nobody want nothing that these crackers got. Keep your love, whatever you got. Give us what belonged to us. Right. And there's there's just certain stuff that we can't be arguing about because there ain't no argument. And I was at a reparations conference a few months back, last year, and I spoke, and one of the brothers that spoke before me had actually laid out how many $trillion were assessed. Why? Where this number comes from, and what corporations, what government, what persons all over the world would be responsible, and an estimated amount that each of them would be responsible for.
Absolutely.
And to me, that's solutions oriented, right?
Yeah.
And so, bam, we know what it is, and of course, it would have to be upgraded each year or every 6 months. We had to change. The numbers will change because the economic situation around the world changes. But what I'm saying is, we know that. We know how much we're owed, or at least we got a rough estimate, because what they owe us is everything. They owe us their lives, if we're going to be real about it.
Oh, yeah.
Because they've taken ours. They owe us lives. But since we ain't going to get that, I guess, I don't know. As far as I know, we ain't going to be getting that no time soon. You know what I was thinking about coming in?
What?
I was thinking about how unfair it is, and you mentioned the term reverse racism. And I, it was actually a frightening thought. I was like, you know what? When we do get what is owed us, we still gonna get them some, because we always share with everybody. We don't never hold everything for ourselves. We always share. We build a table. We'll build a table, and they won't even let us get a seat at it. We build a table, and we get everybody a seat.
Yeah.
I mean, how, when you really think about it, how in the world were Africans, how will we gain not only superiority, but equality in a space where our world view, the way that we value humanity, is just totally different from our adversaries? I mean, we have to get, and if we get rewired to think like they think totally, then we become them. But ain't that the only way to compete with them? I'm just, coming out of my heart with this now.
We don't have to become them. We just have to understand them. And I'm glad you brought this up. Okay. We don't have to become them. We have to understand them. It's just like playing chess. You're not going to play exactly the same. If you play exactly the same way that your opponent is playing, you're not going to win the game.
You always come up one move behind.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
You have to have an understanding and then switch up your moves. Like I said, the move would be, let's protest, let's sign petitions, let's fight, let's complain, bitch and moan, oh, they owe us money, give us our money. Where I'm coming from with my organization, when I say, nah, let's flip the script on them. Let's go ahead and buy black, bank black, keep them as much money as we can within our community. Just like you said, oh, we're gonna spend money with them anyways, we're gonna deal with them. Okay. That may be true in some cases, but that's only because no one, until now, QEB Foundation has taken the time to actually establish an infrastructure. Do you know that there are 280 cities and counties where black people hold 30% or more of the population?
In this, where?
In the United States.
In the U.S., 280 municipalities.
Yes. Right, exactly. And until now, no one has made it their business to create an infrastructure or a venue like our radio cafes that can be interdenominational, interdependence, and nonpartisan for our people. We're the first ones that's creating that structure.
I like that concept.
Right. And in doing so, we're able to show and teach our people how to become more financially literate and group economics. That's where the problem comes in at. If we can see that group economics benefits us the same way that it's been benefiting the Asians, then we won't be inviting everybody to our table. The only reason we're doing that is because we feel like we can't win with just us.
Well, I don't know if we feel like we can't win if with just us. I think that we're such an amalgamation of humanity. And, and not only from a physical perspective, but from a spiritual perspective. I think that it's, again, I think it's going to be, unless the axis of this world is, the polarization changes in a very significant way. I just wonder where it leads, and if we become powerful, will we use our power like other powerful black people do in different spaces where black people have power, and use that power and oppress our own people, as we tend to do in microcosmic spaces. When I say a microcosm, I'm meaning, let's just go with the basic building block of humankind or community, which is the family. I mean, right now, where we're gonna have to start is with, I think, repairing the family. And I don't know how we're gonna be able to repair the family until we're able to have some real open and honest conversations about the disruption and confusion that is part and parcel of the relationship between black men and black women.
Yeah, well, that starts with the self. It's like
And
people
that's
say,
what we-
you can't love another person unless you love yourself. And again, going back to my theory with the black community, if we're not willing to keep the money, because this is what you can control. You can't control what kind of money that they give you. You can't control what kind of job you get. But once you're able to achieve income, you can't control how you spend that money. So again,
to a
just
certain
like
extent,
you gotta love yourself before you can love another person. The black community has to repair itself before we can truly achieve reparations. It's the same thing. Everything starts from the internal. And then it begins to resonate the external, because the universe, the creator, whatever you want to call it, mimics whatever energy we put out. And as of right now, all we really have been doing as a community is complaining. Same thing, when black women are mad with black men, they're just complaining. Fix you. If you are attracting the wrong man, it is something going on with you. And vice versa. If you are attracting the wrong woman, it is something that's going on with you. It may not be, even if it's not internal with you, it could just be your environment, your unwillingness to change, to maybe move to another city, or even consider someone else in another country. So love isn't impossible. There are good black women out there. There are good black men out there. The point is, how far are you willing to go to find that person? Are you just stuck on them being in the United States? Or are you willing to go to the continent? Are you willing to travel to the Caribbean? And that's what I'm saying with us as black people. Are we going to just continue accepting that this is just the way things are? That this is all the power that is available to us? Then I would have to say, do you really believe in God? Because if you do, what you see in the mirror, God has given each person 24 hours in a day. I know people hate this analogy too, but it's still the same thing. God has given each and every one of us 24 hours in a day. It's up to you what you choose to do with that time.
Yep. And yep. You are right. And so what we gonna do is we gonna have to engage this conversation at another time, and I really invite you back to continue to kick it, because you put it down hard and you put it down strong, that's what we need. We need doses of reality to shake us at our very core, to cause us to make some tough decisions that we are resistant to making presently.
Yeah.
So I'm down with the movement. Tell people how they can get down with QEB.
All right, guys, probably the best way to get down with me is to just give me a call, 470-399-7973. Pretty popular on TikTok. You can find me at WQEB973 on TikTok, as well as the QEB Foundation #2.
Ashe, ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers, put your hands together for Queen Everlena. Ashe. All right, I got to get out of here, man. I got to go to school, man. On the computer in there in my office. So if you're my student, you know I'm coming. I'm on my way. Let me get out of here. All right. Let me just tell you before I go, thanks to everybody for coming through this week. It was another dope week of the situation. Tomorrow, open house for the day shelter that we're opening as a part of our Community Development Corporation here at the Beloved Community Church of Atlanta. We're making it happen, doing the best we can to create a space for personal renewal as well as self-care for our unsheltered sisters and brothers in this community. Is that your phone making that noise? Who got an alarm going off and just won't turn it off? Well, I tell you, man, y'all be tripping. All right, I'm out of here. It's Good News Thursday. Peace to peace to the Archbishop and the Holy Family, to the Beloved community I love so well. To my video engineer, Craig Migley. To my crack research team, HC in the place to be. To my producer, C to the O to the Courtney Omega. Where's Courtney Omega? Where is Courtney Omega? And to the man in the box, the Grand Imperial Slice Master Supreme on hand claps, applause, and various sound effects. Ladies and gentlemen, it's big, not little, and you. All I want you to do is love me, and I'm going to love you black. I'll holler. Peace to the people, power to the people, and roof to the bros.
Me no like them parasites. Them scheme by day, them plot by night, striving on the plight of the poor and the sufferers. Oh, Jah know them a backstabbers. Jah know them a bloodsuckers. I can't take them vampires, 'cause I'm a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. Free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I'm fighting for what is right. No, not give up the fight. Fighting for truth and rights. Up full in a Jaja side. Fight, we have to fight, we have to fight. Fight, we have to fight with all we might. Fight, we have to fight, we have to fight. Fight, we keep out all them parasites. 'Cause I'm a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. Them deceptive beasts, always scheming and deceiving, wheeling, dealing and misleading, stealing and concealing, playing with the people's feeling. Do they know the most I watching them? Them better know I'm man watching them. 'Cause I'm a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. Let everything that liveth give thanks and praise unto the Most High. Mother, Father, I. Father, Mother, I. Earth, sea, and sky.
If it makes sense, we have to go and do it, you know.
Hear what I man say. Right now, but each and every day I say, oh people now, here I say, freedom, Rasta people them, freedom, African people, freedom, the original people, they can find your body. Don't let them control your mind. So free up your mind, oh people now who have been trapped by the demons of the beast. They are trying to destroy your mind and spirit, your heart and soul, your divine control. Before they violate your body and destroy your world, they are waging all kind of warfare to distract and confuse your mind. Break them shackles, break them chains. Don't let them control your brain. Break them shackles, break them chains. Even though them change your name. Wake up, wake up, free your mind. Wake up, wake up, free your mind. If they control your mind, they can control your thoughts. If they control your thoughts, they can control your actions. Practically to take their baits that will lead you to self-destruction. With your self-defeating, self-destructive actions, doing exactly what they want. As you fall in their trap, say, up your manipulation, them unleash, them demons and them beast, to rape, ravage and feast. So wake up, oh people, to reality. Wake up and free your mind. Wake up, oh people, to reality. Wake up and free your mind. Wake up, wake up, wake up and free your mind. Wake up, wake up, wake up and free your mind. They create a schooling system, preparing your mind for manipulation with their lies and their propaganda. Desensitizing your minds for more lies and falsification. To the medias and their institutions, we make up rules and more distractions, confusing and mixing up your mind. Do you know what are their plans? I say it's mind control. Them evil Babylonians, they wanna steal your soul. So wake up, oh people, to reality. Wake up and free your mind. Wake up, oh people, to reality. Wake up and free your mind. Wake up, wake up, wake up and free your mind. Wake up, wake up, wake up and free.